You see that?
Rise. Oh my God.
Holy crap.
Guys, what is that? Please. What is that? It's right on the water's edge, and the signature is getting bigger.
Dr. Mireya Mayer has high aspirations when it comes to Bigfoot. Bigfoot is known as a legendary and mythical creature, but this doctor wants to change that. Her dream is to move this creature into the realm of science and academia. With new, better evidence emerging about the existence of this creature, rumors have spread like wildfire across social media.
So I started moving towards that heat signature, and I'm still scanning the area as much as I can with the thermals while trying to also juggle my flashlight so that I could get through this terrain. And all of a sudden, it suddenly disappears.
At this point, everyone has an opinion of theory about Bigfoot, but they have not been able to confirm it as the truth. That is why Expedition Bigfoot has taken it upon themselves to give an answer to this question once and for all. Follow along to finally have the truth that has long been hidden revealed. The Expedition Bigfoot team has begun their most dangerous journey yet as they seek out proof of the legendary Bigfoot. This group of experts is going to change the way people talk about Bigfoot and other cryptids forever if they are successful. For generations, there have only been rumors and fringe groups that have ever taken the exploration of these legendary creatures seriously, but everything is about to change if Dr. Mireya and her crew have anything to say about it. With the advantages of high-tech devices and science, they will break new ground with their hunt for the legendary Bigfoot. The best starting point for the team has actually been records and stories from the past. This informative folklore comes from Native American tribes that have passed from generation to generation. The creation of the legend of Bigfoot began centuries ago and has managed to spread even further in this new era of social media. Now, it would not be uncommon to hear people claim they have seen Bigfoot in remote areas of Canada or even across the sea, when before it was only in North America that rumors of this creature were spread. New species and breeds are being found every day, so the idea that people believe in the existence of Bigfoot should not come as a surprise. The only thing that Bigfoot believers need to proudly claim as existence is tangible proof to present to the mainstream. The countless eyewitness accounts and blurry footage will only count as proof for a small portion of people. There have been too many hoaxes surrounding proof of Bigfoot for people to accept anything less than irrefutable proof if one wants to claim Bigfoot exists as fact and not just myth. Dr. Mireya Mayer is quite familiar with the hardships that will come with proving that Bigfoot is real, and she is ready to take on all the skeptics out there.
The Bigfoot is right now in that realm of legend. My hope is to bring it into the scientific.
The doctor has taken great measures to verify every step of her expedition and prove the credentials of her team. With the help of 16mm cameras and their years of expertise, they march on to the deep forests of North America to gather solid proof of a legend. The Expedition Bigfoot crew are aware of the dangers this mission presents them with. They are in search of one muscular, 7-foot-tall, and 1,200-pound predator known for its cunning and power. The team would be foolish if they were not prepared for a face-to-face meeting. However, despite the present dangers, the team is determined to find Bigfoot. Too much money, time, and effort has gone into preparing for this exploration, and there is no turning back now. With great courage, the team begins to scout out the forest and search for signs of activity. They plan to check off the most likely Bigfoot locations one at a time to remain thorough in their search. However, this endeavor will likely take them huge amounts of time and energy as the area is slow and difficult to traverse. To make matters worse, the team has to control their fear as they search for clues in the middle of the night, as they theorize that perhaps the reason Bigfoot is so infrequently seen is because he is a nocturnal animal. This added element of darkness to an already challenging task has created a truly eerie atmosphere. Being with friends and colleagues may sound comforting until you remember that small talk is discouraged, as it could alert Bigfoot or interfere with the many recording devices set up around the area.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm going to keep going in the southwest direction. Keep your eyes on it and let me know if it changes direction.
The most important piece of equipment they have during this exploration is the thermal imaging equipment they brought along with them. This is an amazing advantage to have since very little moonlight can make it past the thick canopy of trees, and flashlights can only cut through the darkness a few feet ahead of them. The footage from the thermal imaging cameras have allowed them to find something incredible: the first clear shot of Bigfoot. This exploration has been a real challenge for the team, but when they were pushed to the limit, they managed to persevere and have had their greatest wishes granted. Little did they know, but the surprises were only beginning. Very quickly after this thermal image, they made a terrifying discovery. Only a few feet away, near a tree in the far end of the forest, they caught a massive heat signature. Shocked, the team asked themselves, had Bigfoot found them? With the help of their cameras, they swore they could make out the unnatural glow of a creature's eyes, staring out at them through the heat images they captured. As they analyzed the details of the picture, they came to the conclusion that whatever was watching them had been following them from the safety of the trees.
That large heat trace is fading quickly, which means that it was just there.
With a sudden chill down their spines, they realized that before getting this picture, they had not noticed any hint of being anything but alone out in the forest. However, soon they started hearing unusual sounds, loud and haunting, cutting through the stillness of the night. This noisy distraction would soon prove to be a boon for them. A closer examination at the noises they were hearing led them to believe that there was something large hiding from them in the forest. These were not the calls of your typical sweet little animals that make homes in the trees and shrubbery of your average forest. Before this line of thought could continue further, they heard something climb up the branches of a tree, disappearing into the branches and leaves. Uneasy at the knowledge that there was something hovering above their heads, the team knew they had to move out of the area. While it could just be a harmless squirrel taking shelter in the boughs of a tree, it could also be some kind of unknown predator searching for its next meal. The only comfort they had is the knowledge that often animals are more afraid of humans than humans are of them. Taking all of these strange noises in the dark as a cue to move, they start to head in the direction of the noise, unwilling to miss out on investigating even the most terrifying of activity. The idea that it could be Bigfoot swiftly making an exit takes root in everyone's minds, and the following thermal image they take of the area seems to confirm these hopes as they capture a huge heat spot that is fading quickly. After such a shocking first encounter, the team had to take a breath to relax their racing hearts.
You see anything?
Nothing.
You guys have a visual?
It should be right in front of you.
Should be right here.
The deep breathing soon cleared their minds and allowed them to begin planning a new confrontation with the mysterious creature evading them. Their first move was to analyze the heat signatures they gathered, and the images had them convinced that whatever was out there was special. They had never encountered a creature with such quick and powerful reflexes that did not falter even in the harsh weather and lack of light. Their list of suspects has become shorter by the minute. The clues they have gathered have revealed some unarguable facts. 1. The creature is native to the area. 2. They are incredibly strong climbers. And 3. When under threat, they respond with a flight reaction, quickly leaving the scene. The evidence of Bigfoot was waving in their faces, and they could not think of any other explanations. The previously low morale had completely flipped, and the team was near vibrating with exhilaration. They have never been closer to the truth than now. This first encounter has validated all their greatest hopes and theories. Now all that was left was to catch Bigfoot. But as the excitement began to fade, so did their confidence. Would Bigfoot keep responding to their determined searching with evasion? Or could he lose his patience and decide to risk a violent confrontation? The feeling of being watched and stalked through the dark did not leave them the entire night. As new considerations and paranoia crept up on the team, they stumbled across something game-changing once again. Any nervousness they had been feeling soon ramped up to complete horror when they came across a bunch of overturned branches and trees. Given the cold but otherwise gentle weather, they knew that this was the deliberate work of something else. No lumberjacks in the area would waste time and energy to create this scene, so that left one big suspect. The team began to wonder if Bigfoot had destroyed these trees to block off an area or perhaps to scare them off. Regardless of the reason, they decide to keep moving forward and draw ever closer to the logging site nearby. The logging site is a location of great interest to the team, as they have been alerted to a series of strange happenings and disappearances stemming from this part of the island. It is no coincidence that this area is perfect for logging, with thick forests pressing in all around the site. Unfortunately, it is also the perfect spot to hide away from the world, or perhaps hide some secrets. Could Bigfoot be behind the odd occurrences? Bryce was eager to take up the case, hoping that his attention to detail and expertise would reveal to him something new and useful about the logging site that others might have missed. Although various police officers and investigators had already been in the area, the team believed there was still a chance they could learn from visiting and seeing the site themselves. As they searched this old logging site, they swore they could feel observant eyes on them.
Path of least resistance. This technology gives us a broader view of where they're coming in and out of.
Unable to do anything to shake this feeling, they just kept pushing forward, looking for links to Bigfoot. After a while, Bryce tells the team that they could try searching a work site that was never investigated by the police. This untouched region could contain crucial evidence leading to Bigfoot. The hope was that they would find more footprints or items that are in places they shouldn't be. The great search soon leads them to a riverbed where a heat signature was caught moving. This hotspot renews the team's excitement as they pick up one more clue for their proof. They have uncovered a glimpse of the stalker who has been trailing them through the forest for days. This is both a great relief and a great disturbance as their worst suspicions are confirmed. Not everyone was happy to have been right about being followed. As Dr. Mireya reviewed the footage, she claimed she could see a shine in the eyes of their watcher, confirming that this was not a human follower. This footage, combined with the massive heat signature that was left behind by some unknown being, only confirms their suspicions that Bigfoot is not only living on the island, but is closer than they know. While they have proven to themselves that this huge expedition has not been a waste of time or money, they now have to wrestle with the consequences of this discovery. For example, while they are glad to have seen pieces of Bigfoot in the shadows, they are still faced with having to prove it to the entire world and get out of the forest with all their limbs intact. However, as they walked out of the forest, the strong certainty they felt soon began to fade. The further away from Bigfoot they got, the more they doubted their every discovery. What they need is tangible proof of his existence. They begin to consider other possibilities other than Bigfoot. If their watcher was not the legendary cryptid, then who or what was observing them so closely? Could it be another forest dweller that has been tracking their every move and word? But as they considered all the known animals that live here, they realized none of them could have caused such a massive hotspot to appear on the thermal imaging devices. One thing was clear to them though, this was not a human following them around. The team all get on the same page and decide that they will not give up even in the face of such consistent struggle. They decide to commit themselves to see this mission to the very end and put this quest for proof of Bigfoot to bed once and for all. All of the clues and shocking turn of events have kept them motivated so far. They have been able to confirm countless theories and come up with new analyses of Bigfoot along the way. This experience was far from a waste. After all, they will easily be able to apply all of this hard-won information into their next expedition. When the team first heard that Bigfoot had been leaving crumbs of evidence and rumor behind himself in the forests of Northern California, they knew they had to see this for themselves. Attracted by the whispers of two massive empty nests deep in the forest only made them more curious. The nests could be a goldmine for the team to search and look for more intel on their cryptid. Hard work and determination won the day because the mysterious hair samples they found in the nests came back with surprising results from the lab. When the team first took the samples of hair, they believed it was likely left behind from one of the many animals in the forest, as it was known for its healthy population of wolves and bears. But this assumption was thrown out the window when the results came back negative for wolf or bear DNA. In fact, they had no matches for the hair at all in their database. Of course, these doctors and scientists did not need to spell out the obvious for the team. This was clear evidence of Bigfoot. This hair was a significant find for the team, especially because it could prove useful to have on file in the future. While the original owner of the hair was unknown, they could use it to match it with other hairs and pieces of DNA found later on in their search. It would already be put to use as a comparison for other samples the team found while looking around the forests. While on their mission to find more tangible Bigfoot proof, they made another discovery, but this time, the discovery could talk. A witness came forward with information about the lumber site in the area and a possible sighting of Bigfoot. According to the man, he was working on the lumber site when suddenly a whole group of forestry workers came running and screaming out of the woods like they were running for their lives. The workers explained that they had heard a woman's terrifying screams out in the woods. The reason they were so shaken by this was because there were no women present anywhere on the site on this day. The encounter was never reported to officials, and no recording of the event existed. Only the memories of the witnesses were left. This concerning information piqued the team's interests. What could have been making all that noise deep in the woods? They decided the only way to find out was to make their way to the Prince of Wales Island themselves and find out. The small human population in Alaska would make it an ideal place for such a reclusive animal to live. Much of the wilderness has not been explored by humans, with good reason too, as the predator population is quite robust in those parts of the world. While the team wants to take a good look around, they have no plans to camp out in that wilderness. Their main goal is to try and confirm or deny any of the rumors they have been hearing about the place. They decide that a portion of 60 acres will be a broad enough zone to search for answers in. While still in sight of the worksite, they would have more space to explore. The reason this area was such a hotspot soon became apparent as Dr. Mireya flew overhead. This forest had a huge amount of prey animals living in it, making it a fantastic source of food for the predators within. If Bigfoot was living out here, he would have a consistent source of food and fresh water to last a lifetime. Such a secretive animal would be able to live very comfortably here without ever having to venture far from home. The team's excitement of seeing such a promising location was chilled by the dangerous and harsh terrain and environment. While Bigfoot could thrive here, it would certainly be difficult for curious humans. But despite the challenges, the team is dedicated to separating the real from the fake. When it comes to this mythical creature, they will get real results or die trying. Thank you for watching and liking the video. How do you feel about the existence of Bigfoot? Would you join the team on their hunt for this legendary creature? Make sure to share this video with your friends and let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on.